All right, guys and girls, this next video deals with the connections on the topper for the zones. And pardon my garage, obviously, in making these. If anybody's ever manufactured anything, it takes a while, and the garage ends up being quite messy. So I apologize. Please forgive me. We're sitting on a trash can here, so I can rotate this topper. At this time, you can see over here on my lovely pool table, which my family loves it being covered. There's 7 or 8 toppers there that are still available at the recording of this. All right. So, and then mine is sitting over there on an old creature from the Black Lagoon I'm working on. Okay. Anyway, so we have 4 connectors, or 4 my boxes, which are 1 for each zone on this pinball. That way you can control the different zones differently. You'll notice again here is the power supply stretched in. If for some reason again you have a problem with a zone, please make sure that these are seated very well. They need to be seated in the box. If you have any issues, be sure to check this connection, because like I said, it can be a little tight here to get the 4 boxes behind the castle. Again, this is all left and created so it can be fixed if you need to. These back panels are just hot glued on the 4 corners, so if you needed to peel that off and get to inside, you can. As well as this is open for the clock. You won't see any of that from the front. The topper is sent again without the steeples connected. And I'll turn this around. But if you need to, and if you have the ceiling height, you can just snap this topper piece in and it will connect for the steeples. Just make sure out is obviously facing out. Pretty easy. So, now, with that said, the 3D topper here has 4 zones, and the remote control that you're going to get looks like this. The 4 zone controls are at the bottom. You have a master up here. If you tap on it, it's going to turn on all of the different zones. The controls are individual though. So again, if I want to shut off the clock, I can shut off just the clock here with zone 1. I can shut off the lights. I can shut off the front lights. So zone number 1 right here. Again, if we push it on, we have a color wheel. We can change it to red. We can go yellow, green, blue. But you have a ton of different colors with this color wheel that you're able to change that to whatever you would like. Now, you do have a dimmer, and you also have modes. So if you want that to flash, you can hit a mode. It'll color change on you and rotate. You can get different modes to work. Again, it just depends on what you prefer. If you, again, want to shut it off, you can shut it off and turn it back on. You can dim it so it's not as bright. You can slow it down, speed it up. You're in control of pretty much what you want each mode to do based on the remote. So, again, I wanted to give everybody as much control as they possibly could for each zone. The second one is your windows. Now again, windows are the monsters, and they're there. Really cool effect to have the monsters in there. Again, you can brighten it. I have it a little dimmed. I like it fading in and out, but it's up to you as far as what you would like. But Frankenstein, 3 of these are obviously drawn by Zorno. There is one that is not. We've wanted to make sure we didn't infringe too heavily on obviously Alice. So that image is taken from the internet off of something else. But that's just the way it had to be. And don't want any issues, obviously, with Alice. So, and one of these is, I did make one in case Alice does want one at any time, since he does have a game. And we'll see what happens. So again, you can shut that one off. Third one is going to be your colored lights on the sides of the towers. So again, very cool that you can change that. I kind of prefer them to be, I kind of usually use I give it purples because of the game. You could do blues. My clock is usually green. And so the third one here, which you can control on and off modes, you could get to flash. I leave it solid, and I could give it like a purplish. And then the last mode is going to be your outside lights or your front lights. I usually have them dimmed down. You can have them bright. I leave them white to kind of highlight the castle, but you could give it a green tinge, whatever you really want. And just gives you all sorts of options for lighting this castle in 4 different zones, and gives you a lot of, options here. So that's going to be your remote control and the 4 zones, and all you can do is just play with it. Have some fun. And again, I'm going to put my topper back on. We'll talk about the lightning one more time. I think we have one more video to go, and then that's it. Thanks, guys.